Take it
Okay.
away.
All right. Thanks, Justin. Let me just share my screen here. Can everyone see my desktop? All right, great. All right. So hello, everyone. Let's see here. So for this, Libor, by the way, I'm Libor, and for this UX forum, I wanted to give you all a preview of a vision walkthrough that I'm working on for data discovery, or for what data discovery could look like using GitLab Duo. So disclaimer, I'll be sharing some very rough thoughts and ideas here in mockups. So nothing's still set in stone and needs to be still thought through. But before I dive in into the data exploration ideas, I want to give a little bit more context. So in my previous UX forums, I talked about dashboards and unlocking the ability to create them outside of GitLab's group project hierarchy. And so that all that work is still in progress, but I wanted to highlight our current solution for data discovery or understanding what data is available. So looking here at this dashboard list view, so we're providing users with starter or demo dashboards that are created by GitLab, as you can see here with this badge, and that users can duplicate, edit, and see basically in each one of these dashboards a set of metrics that are available to them. However, once one of these dashboards is duplicated or created from scratch, it still requires knowledge of GLQL to further explore how the visualizations are created. So let me so here's actually the latest mock-up or design for what that looks like if a user is creating adding or editing a panel, a dashboard panel. So you can see that there's an GLQL editor up here, and and then you have a preview of what this GLQL generated. So I've gotten a lot of feedback on how we can improve this screen, but it still requires some kind of technical knowledge, you kind of jumping back and forth maybe between some docs and stuff like that. So ideally, we want everyone in an organization to be able to easily access and make data-driven decisions. So here's just a quick chart showing kind of where we are today. So on the left side here is where a more technical user might be using just plain SQL. Uh, and then the more on the right that we move, that's ideally the larger number of users that would have access to data. And that's kind of where we're moving to right now. And this is kind of where I see where we are now. We're still using a lot of different third-party tools, and we're going into the area of using more GitLab for visualizing our the GitLab related data. Yeah, so let's see here. So I guess because of the need to serve more non-technical users, I wanted to also explore what that experience could look like by leveraging the UI using more of a visual editor. So this is an older exploration where the user could kind of flip back and forth between a GLQL editor if they're more technical, or less technical users using this kind of visual editor here. Um, so the problem with this approach is that the level of effort to develop this kind of UI would be high, and it still requires the non-technical user to click around a lot and do a lot of work to just get any insights. So, so I was thinking, why can't we just maybe forget about this step and leapfrog this and go directly to just asking Duo for something for data related questions. Um, so let's see here. Here I have a let's see. Oh wait, sorry. Is it here? Oh yeah. Uh, so in this example, so here's a mock-up actually of what I might expect to see as an engineering manager asking Duo, are we delivering faster or slower this quarter? And you can see the question was asked up here, and this is already the answer within Duo. And so the question could be more refined, but the idea here is to show that the data would be available right away in the form of a chart that's generated using GLQL. So if I wanted to understand how this chart was built, I could go to this ellipses menu and see, and there'd be an option there to view GLQL. And the other thing I wanted to showcase here was that Duo understands the context in which the user's in. So in this case, the user would be asking about MRs, since they're on the MR or merge request page within the GitLab project scope here. So Duo would kind of know that already. So this is a mock-up, and now I'm going to show this is what we actually have today of what Duo can do today. And this is thanks to Jan and Rob from the Product Insights group. So they've been doing an amazing job of like pushing this experience forward. And so here, um, again, I was pretending to be an engineering manager, and I was asking Duo to create a dashboard for me that shows my team's productivity. And so what Duo can do today is it can recommend different charts to look at or different metrics to look at and provide instructions on how I would go about setting this up. So it's already a lot better experience than me having to go around and click around in the docs and then kind of flip back and forth here. But yeah, ideally, if I ask this kind of question, Duo would just create maybe the dashboard already for me and provide some links to that dashboard, and then I could continue to iterate on that new dashboard just using natural language. Okay, so next I was thinking about, so what if a user asks more a performance heavy question? Like in this example here, let's say I'm on the issues page and we have, 54,000 something issues opened. And I asked Duo, how many issues are related to UX, UI confusion versus technical issues. So that's a pretty big question. And there could be users could potentially ask, even larger questions. Like, for example, if I have access to instance level data and asking about um, questions about an entire instance, for example. So in this case, when I asked Duo this is a real example of what it can do today. Duo gave me some answers, and I had to sift through this to understand if it was actually looking through this whole list of 54,000 issues. And the answer is no, it could not determine the exact number. So what I would expect maybe in this case would be that Duo could maybe communicate first that this type of query would take a lot more time and could maybe kick off an agent to do this work in the background. Let's see here. So that would maybe look something like this. Again, this is a very rough mock-up. So Duo would kick off an agent in the background, and then once that agent is finished, it would create a work item with that answer. And then if I clicked into this work item, ideally I would see, again, a chart that was created by GLQL with the actual data, and then maybe some additional insights from the Duo agent that it found. So I don't have a mock-up for that yet, what that might look like. But I could see the same flow being used where the Duo agent creates a workflow item for you, and that could potentially proactively surface maybe other data-related insights and other predictions for you. So you wouldn't have to, as a user, wouldn't have to go and try to find those. They'd be proactively surfaced and sent to you by an agent, by like a GitLab Duo data agent. So anyways, that's all I have right now for this topic. So a lot of this work is still very fresh. The next steps for me is to experiment and dog food more with our existing Duo agent platform and to validate more of these ideas and use cases here. Thank you all for listening, and I'll open it up for any questions, feedback.
Very cool. Hey, Austin, if you want to voice your question, I can write it down for you.
Sure. I at least got the sentiment in there initially. So thinking about this interaction, Libor, as you're trying to interact with agents and hand off from like chat to performing actions on your behalf, how much are you
Mhm.
working with like our AI team members on this aspect? Because I think they might have some opinions on um, an agent using a session to create an issue to share a report of like its findings. But
Mhm.
this feels like one of those parts where like we can't be designing like our features in isolation. We really got to like think about what are the other aspects. So
Mhm.
yeah, just curious if you had a chance to touch base with our AI team.
Yeah, I have. This is again, like I mentioned, this work is really fresh, so some of these ideas still aren't connected with other teams. But I do have a lot of calls scheduled with other AI team members, and actually, I'm talking to Andrew Bacon right after this call a little bit later. So yeah,
Sweet, yeah, Andrew would be a great resource.
yeah, good question. Thanks, Austin. Yeah, anyone have? Let me see if any other questions.
I guess I was wondering, what's your end goal? So they're gonna ping Duo to ask these data-driven
Hmm.
types questions. Is the end goal to have Duo help them create dashboards so they don't have to consistently ask these questions like every day or whatever?
Hmm. I guess the end goal is just to provide to more ways to access data. So in different, I guess, modalities. So if you are a technical user, you still might gravitate towards just using GLQL or a query language because you already are familiar with that, and that's faster for you. Uh, but if for non-technical users, this seems like a better approach, and maybe just being able to, I think the goal is to just provide more access to data for for all user types, I guess is the goal.
I think I saw at the bottom of one of your mock-ups there was a would you like me to create a dashboard for this?
Oh yeah, that was, I believe, in what was it this one
Yeah, there
here?
it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I think that's great because I mean obviously using Duo
Mhm.
is really nice to get started on a single query, but I would think the end goal is to give them a place to go consistently where they can just have this at their fingertips already.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Cool. Diego, you have the
Cool.
next question.
Hey, how's it going? Great presentation, Labor.
Thanks.
I'm probably just a
Uh,
newbie question, so please forgive me if I get it completely wrong. But I would just like to understand the GLQL visual builder. Is the idea
mhm,
behind that also to kind of upskill non-technical users so that they can get familiar with that language? Or would we fast track that and go straight to no, use Duo, try and accomplish what you need to faster, or is it a mix of both?
mhm. Yeah, good question, Diego. Thanks for the question. I would say it's kind of a mix of both. So you can't, like I mentioned before, you can, if you're a technical user, you're probably going to just stick to GLQL. But if you're a non-technical user, you could use Duo, and it could be a nice way to also learn GLQL if you're interested. You could also potentially ask Duo, uh, tell me what my GLQL syntax should look like, or instead of going to the docs trying to read it, put it into the editor, see if it works, see if your preview got updated correctly or not. So it's try ideally this would save you the kind of back and forth and close that feedback loop a little bit, make that feedback loop a little bit more tighter. But yeah, I could definitely see it as a way to also level up your skills if you wanted to, or if you did want to learn GLQL and then become more of this technical, I guess, power user of the GLQL language. So,
Awesome.
uh,
Thank you.
yeah, let's
Then you have
see.
the next one.
Uh, one more just like a fun question, Libor. This was getting me thinking like, okay, combining GLQL with Duo now, like can we maybe have like a true, GitLab wrapped feature,
Yeah,
where you actually get
great.
like a summary of like how you did throughout the year. So one of our team members had built something on their own. They had their own individual repo that basically everybody was using anyways. But I
Mhm.
feel like we're getting to that ability where we can start bringing insights to users so they better understand not just like how their teams are performing, but like how are they performing? And
Mhm.
it's always just kind of fun to look back on your
Mhm.
year.
Yeah, no, great question. I remember that. I remember seeing that GitLab wrapped. I forgot exactly who created it now, but it was really cool to see. And I know it was a little bit cumbersome to set up. It wasn't as easy. But yeah, ideally, yes, that would be great if you could create, even like as an IC, you could create your own dashboard for your own personal productivity views. So I know we started at more of a high level for trying to create dashboards for like more director or executive levels. Now kind of moving down to lower to like engineering managers, product managers, and down to the IC. So again, with the goal of kind of democratizing data and just making it data available and more readily available to everyone, that would be great if you could have your own productivity kind of dashboard and track your own metrics that you want to improve on as an individual. So yes, uh, yeah. Short answer is yes. That'd be great to have like a GitLab wrapped that you could just always edit or change really easily with potentially with Duo.
Cool.
All right.
All right. We are essentially at time. If anyone has anything else, now would be your last 30 seconds to ask. Otherwise, very cool work. I look forward to seeing where this goes, Libor. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.